Kalen Patterson, P4P Real Talk, Midwest Muscle in the house, the UFE Halloween Mayhem post-show. And I'm talking, everybody's like exhausted, everybody's ready to eat. But I caught up with these two ladies because I've been chasing them all day. We've been basically in a nice little circle. Kelli, Bonomo, and Noel. Just, guys, I can't be prouder. And you know why. You guys really did the work. But to start to finish, it's such a journey. Noel, you speak first, and then Kelli, since you helped her, basically guided her along the way, you'll finish it up. So Noel, just introduce yourself to the fitness world, the natural community, and then go from there.
My name is Noel Burash. This was my very first figure competition. I've been coached by Kelli since June 2015, working on my nutrition. So she encouraged me to try figure, and I've always wanted to look like a figure girl. I think they have the best physiques. Besides physique competitors, I love them too. But so
You kind of got both.
yeah, yes. So she put me on this path and helped coach me through this whole process, and it's been a long 4 months, and I'm so happy to have done it, and I'm excited about the next phase, building and rebuilding and trying to do this again, stuff on stage again.
Go ahead. Knock yourself out, lady.
What was your question?
My question is about the journey, basically coaching somebody through this stage while you're getting ready yourself.
So I started my journey 5 months ago, me personally, and as a nutrition coach, I mean, there's nothing that's more gratifying to have one of your own. I'm going to start crying.
I know.
Because she's right here.
Yeah.
But to watch Noelle's journey from the day she walked into my office and 90 pounds later, just... she's completely has inspired me, and that's, when I talk about something coming around full circle,
yes.
To be able to be a part of her journey and help her understand how to feed her body and
I know,
and lose her weight, and then even go beyond that to competing.
Yes.
And Noel, I will say, has been one of those clients that's been so humbling to be a part of her journey and be able to coach her and guide her, and she follows every single thing that I tell her, and when we tweak it, she'd follow it, and when we change it, she'd follow it, and
this is the end result?
This is the end result.
Yes.
And more importantly, she's going to keep it off.
Exactly.
Of the journey here, and
before picture where you started your journey, because you, like you said, it's not just something where you're guiding somebody, you're basically pushing yourself, and you got to get your elite. The same thing and better, yeah.
So quite challenging. For those that don't know me, I coach upwards of 30 plus clients. I've had close to 80 at one time, and it can be very strenuous as far as running a practice and staying on top of each and every client. So I knew that in order for me to be able to do this, I would have to find a way to create the balance in the midst of chaos, like I said earlier today.
Yes.
And the only way to be able to do it was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and starting my day early and making sure that I was in bed early, and that I was taking time here and there and anywhere I could to get my training in, even in the midst of coaching clients, even in the midst of running a practice, and even in the midst of a family and everything that comes in between. So it all comes down to priority. It all comes down to what you believe, and what you believe you become. And when your priorities are set in stone and your priorities are straight, then you can't, there's no excuses, because you're so laser focused on what you're trying to achieve.
Exactly. And the one thing that I have to basically digress on is, people hear you say you got 80 some odd people. You're very passionate about your job. it's not just 80 people. You're talking about people that you actually care and concern your life into and you give your life into. So that's a very taxing part of the day as well.
It can be very emotionally, mentally stressful. I mean, there's days that I know my husband coming home and he just kind of gets the leftovers. And so we're leaving for Aruba November 7th. So you're not going to get the leftovers anymore.
I don't want to know. I really don't want to know.
But yeah, I mean, each and every client that I work with, no matter what their individual goals are, is personal. Mm-hmm. I think it's personal because I've been in those shoes. So that's, I think, ultimately what helps them be successful is knowing that they have somebody that has walked that walk that's there also guiding them.
It's a very big difference. Well, ladies, I know you got some food in mind. You definitely got some family waiting in the sidelines. They're just so happy to be around. But I just got to say thank you so much for just, including me in this and just doing all the work.
And thank you for being our posing coach. Caitlin was very patient with us, and we heard him yelling a lot in the audience, although we couldn't really quite make out what he was saying.
Yeah. No. It's a lot of barking and everything. But, aside from that, it's just, I got to see the start to the finish, and it's so many people that don't make that middle, and it's so many people that don't make it to the end, and you guys came together and you finished together. So that's for me, being in the business and seeing everything that happens, it makes that much difference to know that you both were there to push each other to make sure you made it to the end.
Yep. Yeah, I was very happy and proud to be part of this, part of Kelli's practice and meeting Kelli. I remember the first I was pretty desperate when I first contacted her. I don't know if she remembers. I was like, please, is there anybody else? Because she was so busy. And she made time for me, and I was so happy she let me in. So put me on this path to health and wellness.
Love this girl.
So
great job, ladies.
Changed life.
Great job. I get to hug you because I know you. And Noel, great job.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful job. Kaylin Patterson, Midwest Muscle P4P Real Talk. We are out.